I'm back here again with Martin, who will be commentating this next set with me. Gonna be played between Sugi Chandran, who we've seen earlier on stream, and Takashi Teguchi. Yeah, I'm not very good with those Japanese names, of course, coming from this part of the world. uh, yeah, Takashi we've seen on stream earlier yesterday as well with a very interesting Tapu Fini set. Somehow rather managed to pull his way all the way to the top 4 here, despite I think not having actually any CP to win.
Well, I mean, because their OP system for qualification to Worlds is something quite different. I mean, they go through an online system, maybe by rating, by the BO1 focus meta game, yes.
So not really playing for much here other than, I guess, the prestige and the fun of it here. Somehow rather pulling through, taking out a lot of our very seasoned top players here and finding himself sitting right now with an impressive 6-1 record overall and in the top 4 of this tournament here.
I think his take of the fake PG, which is popularized as the AFK, Porygon Gigaleaf, and the electric type, which is usually Tapu Koko. His take involves some sort of text, in fact, reviewed yesterday during the Swiss round against Ruven.
Yeah, this match with both Takashi and Sugi's teams, it looks to be something we're a bit more used to, perhaps seeing on Pokemon Showdown all the time, on Battle Spot all the time, on those YouTube series all the time as well. It's a very standard mix of Pokemon here. Nothing too surprising in terms of the Pokemon themselves, but of course, both players we have seen have very interesting tricks up their sleeve on their Tapu Finis.
Yes, exactly. I mean, it's very flexible. They can have the options to vary around the movesets and the EVs. So we will see whether how Takashi's training for his team of Pokemon.
I think Takashi is going to have to go with his slightly faster mode with the AFK core and Tapu Koko here, since Porygon 2 and Porygon 2 and Snorlax both hate taking on a Mandibuzz really, since Mandibuzz can taunt Porygon 2 to deny Trick Room and or taunt Snorlax to deny Belly Drum, and even after the Belly Drum goes up, go for a foul play which would do a lot of damage to a boosted Snorlax.
Exactly. I'm not too sure whether he's aware of the Sugi's games, but Raw could also potentially be a very big threat to the setup-based nature for Snorlax.
That is true. But we do see him bring in Porygon 2 regardless into his lead here next to Tapu Koko, while Sugi chooses to go for her simplest fast mode with Mandibuzz and Tapu Fini.
Yeah, typical fake PG cores, they will always lead with Koko and P2 for the pivoting option by a Volt Switch. Since Sugi doesn't really have any Lightning Rod users, it's very safe for him to try to reposition by Volt Switch.
Yeah, repositioning definitely an option here, but has to be careful, of course, of the taunt. He probably doesn't want to go all in on the Trick Room too early in the game, or without at least some assurance that perhaps with Mandibuzz taken off the field, or perhaps even knowing that Mandibuzz doesn't have taunt, which is not going to happen in this case, unfortunately, since we have seen taunts earlier. So probably going to have to play a bit more conservatively, and at the same time offensively, as strange as that might sound for this few turns here.
True. I mean, some Porygons have Porygon 2s have returned as well. I mean, it's a possible option apart from having all the Trick Room and the Recover and the Toxic options. That can also be a possible play.
I think Sugi here can't get too ambitious too, as we're about to see, I believe, that Takashi's Tapu Koko is holding the Electrum Z, which is going to give it a very powerful electric type move in Gigavolt Havoc over here.
I can see a potential double targeting on the Mandibuzz, depending on how much the Mandibuzz will be able to survive the Gigavolt Havoc.
I think he'll take the Gigavolt Havoc quite comfortably, seeing the electric terrain is not on the field, but it's going to be going to Tapu Fini instead, and I think that'll be enough to just cleanly knock it out.
Exactly. It's quite a clean KO. I mean, wow.
Critical hit there, but I don't think it matters.
Yeah, I don't think it mattered, yes.
Because that's typically strong enough to take out even bulkier Tapu Finis, and Sugi's one, I believe you're quite well aware it's not exactly a very bulky Tapu Fini.
Yes, I felt that perhaps a more safer play would be to protect the Fini and taunt or tailwind the Mandibuzz.
Sugi perhaps not expecting that, as you mentioned. Such teams tend to go play a bit to try and gain a bit more momentum with pivoting with Volt Switch early on in the game. He probably anticipated that instead.
That's true as well.
Yeah.
So probably, I mean, now that something noteworthy of his playstyle, that he may want to go for offense right from the back, right off the back.
Takashi definitely played that first turn very well, calling the taunt and not falling into that trap of getting taunted and going for Trick Room there, getting some additional damage off onto Mandibuzz with Ice Beam instead.
Yes, and in fact taking out a pivotal member of Sugi's team.
In the Tapu Fini.
For a lot of momentum from there.
Yeah. Although Sugi bringing in her own Tapu Koko now makes things a bit difficult for Takashi.
But it's in fact boosting the Thunderbolt for both sides, yeah.
Although I think we're going to see a Twinkle Tackle from Sugi's side, which actually should be enough to take out Takashi's own Tapu Koko here.
Yes, in fact, by typical calculations, about 70% chance to 1-hit KO for typical non-bulky variants.
Yeah. Did move slower though, could very well be modest even as well. So
that's true.
yeah, I guess we'll get to find out now. And this is probably something Takashi wants to keep in mind
Exactly.
going to the second game.
Well, it's not a. I mean, it could be really be on a roll on the 70%.
Yeah, or it could be very well a cleaner KO that. I mean, Takashi probably knows himself whether or not that was that roll or a clean knockout there.
Well, each trading each of their tapus, but whereas Sugi coming on coming above with the Tapu Koko electric terrain being set up.
Sugi's still kind of playing from behind though. She has lost taken a lot of damage on her own Tapu Koko, and Porygon 2, even though taunted, has been slowly improving its position here, getting off a fair bit of damage onto both Koko and Mandibuzz. So yeah, that's the danger of Porygon 2 really. You think it's not really a sitting duck after a taunt, since Ice Beam and Thunderbolt are both moves with such strong coverage.
True.
Yeah, especially now with Electric Terrain, Thunderbolt could be a hitting Mandibuzz for a lot of damage right now.
And in fact, usually in such fake PG teams, typical Katana builds are Choice Scarf, so it can easily opt to KO Tapu Koko via Leaf Blade, for example, and slowly snowballing momentum.
Yeah, but I don't think Katana is going to be wanting to really boost itself up in front of Mandibuzz here.
That's true.
As you can see here, I think Takashi is going to try and take it out, since Mandibuzz will be able to KO with foul play cleanly, I think, at +1 attack.
Yeah, wow, it's pretty bulky.
Yeah, that's actually a lot less damage from Thunderbolt than I anticipated. But then again, Sugi has revealed that she's not holding a life up or choice specs on her Tapu Koko, so maybe just that's probably what we'd be expecting.
Yes, but wow, the foul play easily probably a 2-hit KO on Katana.
Yeah.
So
it's actually getting perhaps a bit too ambitious there with his Katana.
Yes.
To mention, it was in a very precarious position thanks to Mandibuzz.
Yes, exactly.
He's now brought down to actually his last two Pokemon in Arcanine and Porygon 2.
I felt that the trade wasn't really in Takashi's favor in a sense, because losing Katana has a key offensive member of his team. I'm not sure how he can really recover from here.
I wouldn't rule him out just yet. He has both Mandibuzz and Tapu Koko brought down in to quite low health right now, and I think Extreme Speed will pick out Tapu Koko quite cleanly. Not sure about Mandibuzz because it depends on how both are trained. But if he does go for the Extreme Speed onto Tapu Koko and manages to take Mandibuzz out at the end of this turn as well, he could still pull through. Perhaps if Sugi's last Pokemon was Katana, but I'm not going to see Extreme Speed from him right now. So Flare Blitz instead. I think that's going to go into Mandibuzz.
Yes, but I felt that the Extreme Speed Ice Beam play, like what you mentioned, would be actually in fact more optimal in a sense, because so they wouldn't need to sustain so much damage from Tapu Koko.
The only way that really makes sense to me is if he didn't actually have Extreme Speed, which is something Sugi probably wants to consider as well going into Game 2.
Indeed.
But he does manage to get Trick Room up as well, so... and we do see Katana come in, so Takashi not totally out of this game yet. Arcanine and Porygon 2 are both in fairly comfortable positions, although Arcanine has taken a lot more damage than it would like to.
True.
And Porygon 2 against Katana is not an entirely unwinnable matchup in Trick Room, despite Katana's very, very strong attack stat and access to Sacred Sword.
Yes, exactly. I mean, in fact, if typical Katana builds could be easily taking 1 or 2 Ice Beams from non-boosted P2, for example. But now Koko is indeed range of Arcanine and easily.
We do see Hidden Power coming out from Porygon 2. Is that going to be Hidden Power Fire?
Wow, Hidden Power Fire!
Cleanly taking out Katana.
What a surprise. I mean, typical Japanese websites that I've read has indicated that, it's a good call in a sense to stop Katana, because Ice Beam wouldn't be able to take it out. Hidden Power definitely would be able to.
Very interesting call. That explains that his decision to prioritize Trick Room instead of knocking out both Mandibuzz and Koko that turn a lot more.
A lot more intuitive in a sense.
Also explaining why he didn't really go for Thunderbolt earlier in the game, because usually such teams do run Thunderbolt on Porygon 2 as well to take advantage of electric terrain from Koko, but something Sugi is probably really taken aback by, and it's going to be very considering, it's gonna really dominate her mind and going to Game 2.
Yes, I mean she wouldn't be able to easily conserve Katana to check Porygon 2 as efficiently as before, because it can definitely tank a Sacred Sword and then being countered back by HP Fire.
That's true. Probably gonna want to whittle down Porygon 2's HP a bit early in the game before setting up that Katana endgame sweep.
Yes.
Than she did in this game, where she kind of let Porygon 2 sit around too healthily, thinking it was a non-issue once it got taunted.
Definitely. I mean, potential Z move could be also on Katana, because what do you call that? It wasn't revealed. One
That's
that was
true.
the item.
All we know at this point is that it's not holding the focus sash.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
potential Z move like Gracium Z or Phytinium Z are more common ones that we see. Likely that can also be somewhat of a solution to instantly nuke the Porygon. Possibly.
Yep. Though I mean the fact that she has Mandibuzz on her team kind of gives Takashi that kind of confidence that Katana probably isn't holding the Choice Scarf as well, since you don't usually need Choice Scarf Katana on a team with Tailwind as an option.
True. So I mean, it's definitely very indicative. But I'm not sure if really Mandibuzz. I mean, if really Tapu Fini would be a very strong option against Takashi. It's kind of like a mirror in a sense.
Yeah, we have actually seen that Tapu Fini didn't exactly do too much in that last game, getting knocked out by the Gigabyte Havoc straight away, and its Misty Terrain being overridden almost immediately.
Yes,
And
and something for her to consider. I mean, she's not really. I mean, that Tapu Fini is not really pulling his weight.
Yeah, Porygon 2 really going to be that deciding factor though. It's Trick Room. If it could set up Trick Room, get in Snorlax, that could potentially completely swing the game in Takashi's favor as well.
Yes, indeed.
So Sugi probably going to have to handle Porygon 2 really carefully. But she does go with Mandibuzz and Tapu Fini once again.
Yes.
This time I think we're going to see from Takashi Tapu Koko and Tapu Fini.
Quite an interesting lead, I would say.
Yeah. Pins down Sugi even harder than Takashi's lead in the previous game, since once again the threat of the Gigabyte Havoc is there, and Tapu Fini being able to inflict a lot more damage onto Sugi's Mandibuzz than Arcanine would be able to.
Via Moonblast or Muddy Water, try to chip down the accuracy, pause chance, and that is also another option.
Or even the taunt, I think. But have we seen that taunt from Takashi's Tapu Fini? I think we have yesterday.
Oh, I was not aware of it yesterday, but except the fact that he created a lot of buzz with the Hydro Vortex.
Yeah, really made waves, you could say.
Yes.
So Sugi could potentially be falling into another, hole here. Really, not expecting Takashi's very unorthodox sets on his Tapus here.
Yeah.
Probably what he's going for, actually, I think. He's gonna Sugi's gonna retreat her Tapu Fini though, fearing the Gigabyte.
Yes, probably expecting that. I mean, switching Garchomp would be good because it could definitely absorb the. He's indeed going for the Gigabyte.
Yeah. Question is Takashi gonna fall into the same trap Melvin did yesterday, and going for too obvious a Gigabyte Havoc into that slot, and
it went through.
so that means it's going for the Mandibuzz, gonna do a lot of damage, but I don't think it's gonna be enough to pick it off without the electric terrain.
Well, it depends. I mean, depending on what actually Fini goes for.
Yeah, Fini probably would be able to seal things up, but yeah, the Gigabyte Havoc not doing enough, and we do see the taunt come off, as I mentioned earlier, going straight into Mandibuzz, and that's going to deny the option of going for Tailwind.
Yes, covering both options. I mean, probably he himself knows that Moonblast would not be able to take it after the +1. Taunt and Gigabyte Havoc probably would be a good option, in a sense, the coverage rise. Yeah.
Sugi definitely not feeling too hot right now. Her Mandibuzz is weakened significantly. It's been taunted right now. Pretty much dead weight for the rest of the set, actually, seeing what that Takashi has both Tapu Fini and Tapu Koko, which would be able to easily pick it off with their fairy type attacks at this point.
Yes, exactly. I mean, Garchomp is directly threatened by either Fini or Tapu Koko. Dazzlingly, Moonblast will be easily able to take it out, barring an Assault Vest, but not that he's able to do anything significant back.
Yeah, Takashi can kind of just press fairy moves at this point and be confident he's going to get some degree of mileage out of it, but instead he switches out Tapu Fini for Porygon 2. Very safe option as well, so...
Yes, that's true.
Yeah. I think we're going to see Dazzling Gleam come out from Koko here.
As expected.
Not going to take out Mandibuzz though, is it?
No.
Not quite, yeah.
Not quite.
And Earthquake's going to come off. That's going to take out Tapu Koko, I'm quite sure, and do a significant amount of damage to Porygon 2 as well.
Yeah, even if it doesn't, yeah. I mean, it's not intimidated. Likely, is able to pick up the KO on Tapu Koko, but I think it's a fair trade. I mean, the Porygon 2 will be able to reposition itself. It's able to take 1 or 2 hits from Garchomp potentially. Ice Beam being back for Garchomp for the KO could be another option.
Kind of but feel that Takashi kind of misstepped this turn. He could have left Tapu Fini in and gone for perhaps a Moonblast onto Garchomp, or just an attack, or Muddy Water even, and would have probably gotten a bit more mileage out of this turn than bringing in Porygon 2.
That's fair. I mean, at the expense of taking about 40%, not that worthy, I would say.
Yeah, I guess it also depends on what item he's running as Katana. I don't believe we've seen it yesterday, and if it is a Gracium Z though, he could go for a move on the Garchomp, but doesn't look like it. We're going to see Leaf Blade come off. Inclined to believe Choice Scarf then, seeing that he chose to use Leaf Blade on Mandibuzz. Getting the Beast Boost now, and yeah, Garchomp can just go for a Flamethrower.
Oh, a Flamethrower!
Not what I was expecting at all. Is it going to be enough though?
Yes, definitely enough. I mean, barring the fact that we have discussed about it. Fire Fang, you know, sometimes a shaky accuracy here and there. Flamethrower might be a more reliable option against Katana. But wow, the Ice Beam easily cleaning up the Garchomp. But I didn't notice that it was an attack boost, or no, I probably is invested enough to take to one hit KO non-invested.
I think at that
Garchomps.
range it would have been a clean KO regardless, and I guess seeing that he has hidden Power Fire, you have to assume he's invested a fair bit of special attack into that Porygon too.
Yeah, at least to ensure the KO on Katana. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, now we have Tapu Koko and Tapu Fini coming in, but with that Tapu Fini as well, I think that pretty much ensures that Misty Terrain is going to be the terrain with which this battle concludes.
Yes.
Yep, we do see Misty Surge activating, and that's gonna set the stage for this finale of this particular game here.
Well, 2v2, unless I don't think Sugi has busted the Z move yet, right?
Yep, she hasn't, but it's Twinkle Tackle. It's not quite as powerful as Takashi's Gigabot Havoc here. I kind of wonder even if Twinkle Tackle itself would be able to take out Porygon 2 at this range.
Well, you mean I suspect a potential double targeting, but she wouldn't have that much incentive to do a target against a Fini, so probably the double targeting on Porygon 2 might be very, very possible.
Yeah, I think we are going to see her go for that here. Porygon 2 probably the biggest threat, since Porygon 2 could easily turn tables on Tapu Koko with a simple Trick Room.
True. So, but in fact, Takashi could easily go for Trick Calm Mind if he carries that for his Fini, and then start to dish back Muddy Water damage, momentum or so.
Yep, we don't Twinkle Tackle not doing the job here.
And lucky avoid or not.
Not quite as the luck that Sugi really needed, though. It's more significant that I guess Tapu Koko didn't get its accuracy reduced.
That's true.
Yeah, but we do see her going for the double target here on the Porygon 2 as anticipated. Finally revealing her life off to Takashi, which is probably something he's going to take note of now.
Yes.
And see the slight surprise on his face as well.
Yeah, it's like, whoa. Well, I mean, now Sugi indeed has turned the tables around. I felt that it seemingly was an unfavorable matchup. Well, I mean, she did well, I would say.
Yeah, the momentum Takashi got from that first turn not quite paying off in the long run, I guess. Probably, maybe he lost Tapu Koko a bit too early there.
Yes, exactly. And the fact that it took so much damage even outside terrain probably indicates that the Tapu Fini isn't very, very invested in defenses, I would say.
Actually, this could be interesting though, because right now we see that the game is looking up to be a Tapu Fini versus Tapu Fini mirror. Not sure how much damage Takashi has taken. Okay, that's maybe a bit too much since he doesn't have the berry available.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's why when I saw the Thunderbolt doing so much damage from full health, I was quite surprised.
But he is going to get off the Muddy Water now. If Sugi gets an accuracy drop this turn and that snowballs the next few turns, that could be big.
Yes.
Not going to see the accuracy drop though. I think Moonblast is going to finish it off.
And taking this game to a game 3. And this also indicates that for the speed mirror, Takeshi's the Tapu Fini seems to be much faster. I mean,
yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
we have seen actually in yesterday's sets that Alan and I noticed that his Tapu Fini was exceptionally frail. Really, it took a lot more damage from a few attacks that we were anticipating Tapu Fini to shrug off easily.
Yes, perhaps I think because of the fact that he uses Hydro Vortex, so he needed really the punch from the special attack in order to deal meaningful damage. Both
players now having a lot more information about each other's teams. Both probably a bit more fearful of bringing in their katana so haphazardly with very, very interesting fire type moves, hidden around their teams.
Yeah, it's so I mean now that he has not only just Arcanine, now you have Garchomp with Flamethrower, now you have P2 with
Porygon 2 with hidden Power Fire.
Wow, definitely very entertaining. I feel
Yeah. Going to be very exciting to see how both players play this out. Although I think all we're going to see really is lack of katana next round.
Yeah, it wouldn't be prudent for both to bring katana. I feel if I were either one of them, I wouldn't bring it.
Yeah, that's definitely true. So,
but also taking note of the fact that the Koko mirror could be quite interesting because noting that Sugi's one move after
I believe we saw that in
but the Twinkle Tackle can easily KO his Koko. But I'm not sure whether the Gigavolt Havoc will be able to KO her Koko.
Probably unlikely, given that Magnazone's Gigavolt Havoc barely does the job and Tapu Koko's special attack's a lot lower.
I see.
But Gigavolt Havoc is going to be able to do a lot more damage to the other stuff on Sugi's team, so
exactly.
Very, very careful matchup that has to be played there.
Yeah.
Tapu Koko probably one of the more the big deciding factors in this matchup here. Both players, how they play the Tapu Koko will really determine the outcome of this game.
True.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a vote switch play from Takashi, so it's kind of interesting that why he didn't opt for the repositioning play. So, I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, that is a bit surprising given how these teams tend to function. maybe, but then again, there's no real reason to abuse Volt Switch as much in this game 3 since they both now know so much about each other's teams.
That's true as well, yeah.
We are going to see him lead off with the same double Tapu lead just in...
Which I felt that it was quite
Yeah.
effective. Wow, and again, it's like game 2 all over again as well.
Yeah, but now Sugi's going to be a lot more cautious with Mandibuzz, knowing that Takashi has taunts up his sleeve on his Tapu Fini.
True.
And yeah, Sugi definitely not going to leave just leave Tapu Fini in, I think, with the threat of Kickable Havoc. It's probably just in there to get the special defense boost on Mandibuzz.
Do you think, I mean, now that it's kind of a 50-50, the Thunderbolt, the Gigavolt Havoc could easily go to the Tapu Fini or Mandibuzz. She called wrong the previous turn up game, but well, we'll see whether she calls it right this time.
I think Takashi could quite happily go for a Fairy type move onto the Tapu Fini slot this turn. Moonblast would do quite a lot even without a boost, and even if it goes into Tapu Fini, and would do a lot more, very significant amount there if it does go into the Garchomp switching in. Kind of covers most of his bases there.
Well, I mean, it's kind of a 50-50 whether she calls it right.
Yeah.
I mean, if she calls it right, she burns the Gigavolt Havoc, good. But if it's not, a potential, like what you mentioned, Dazzling Gleam and a Moonblast play can easily cover a potential switch.
Because I think Takashi is probably going to expect Sugi to be a bit too afraid of Taunt to do much, and we're going to see the Dazzling Gleam though. I think we're going to see Gigavolt Havoc go off now.
Once again.
Yeah, and Sugi didn't switch in Garchomp though, so regardless of what this goes into, it's going to be doing serious damage right here.
Yeah, I mean, but if she loses the Tapu Fini this turn, it's like game 1 all over again. It's going to be quite a thing.
Yeah, although it is going to Tapu Fini, so that's going to take it out very cleanly, I believe.
Yes, definitely. Just as what will happen in game 1.
Yeah, and if Taunt goes off here from Tapu Fini onto Mandibuzz, Sugi's going to be pinned down really, really hard as well, which we do see. So Sugi, I think, unfortunately, just not calling it right this turn at all.
Yeah.
Foul play does come off, yes, but losing Tapu Fini is just a bit too much, I would say.
Not exactly very meaningful damage, but I mean, a possible option for her back then, if she chooses not to switch out, protecting could be better.
Yeah, protecting Tapu Fini will at least burn the Z move and kind of gave her a bit more room to maneuver around.
Yeah. At least conserving the Fini would be better.
Unfortunately, it looks like we are going to see a very similar match to that of game 1, with her even bringing Tapu Koko in once again.
I mean, Twinkle Tackle on the Koko, possible play.
Yeah.
Or Thunderbolt or the Fini, but I'm sure that Takashi would definitely want to try to cover this potential play.
Yeah, I'm quite confident that Takashi's not going to let that Twinkle Tackle get off again now that he knows it's a threat.
Yeah.
But he doesn't really have a lot of switch-ins to electric moves on his team either. So
like probably P2 at best.
Yeah, but it's not exactly a very reassuring switch in.
Not a very solid counter, I would say.
He does protect Tapu Koko as we expect. Does Sugi fall for that, or does she double into the Tapu Fini slot?
Yeah.
Thunderbolt coming off, but into Tapu Koko. Not quite what we were expecting there. And Moonblast going to come off. If this goes into... Oh, it goes into Mandibuzz. Not going to do as much as it would have done actually if it went into Tapu Fini.
Yeah.
Yeah, we see a doubling Tapu Koko actually.
Well, I mean, if she wants to eliminate the Tapu Koko, I would think that the Twinkle Tackle would have been a better option.
I think she actually was covering that Katana switch-in option, I guess, since that would have been the best switch-in to Twinkle Tackle on Takashi's team. Actually, no, probably not, but just even though it resisted, but yeah. That's one way we could justify it, I guess.
True. Yeah.
Or perhaps a Snorlax maybe, but doesn't seem like he'd bring Snorlax in this game.
Oh. But yeah, Arcanine probably a possible switch in to Twinkle Tackle if it's because he sees his resist.
Yeah, that's true.
Attacks, yes.
Someone forgot that Arcanine resists Twinkle Tackle. It's
resist fairy.
Keeps so frail these days, really. Dazzling Gleam going to come off once again, confirming our suspicions probably that Takashi's Tapu Koko is faster.
Yep.
And I think we're going to see Twinkle Tackle go off now at last.
Yep.
Has to be into the Tapu Koko, you think?
Yes, I mean, no Twinkle Tackle that I've known that could take out Tapu Fini.
No reason to
at no reason to, yes.
So, yeah, Sugi finally gaining back some momentum here by taking out Tapu Koko, I guess.
But I felt that the Mandibuzz have taken way more damage than it should, seriously.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that could be really quite a game turner, I would say.
Oh, critical hit there definitely didn't matter. With the prior damage done to Tapu Koko, and other Moonblast going to come off. Which one is this going to go to in this time? Mandibuzz once again.
Yeah, probably cleaning up the Mandibuzz.
Yeah. I think Taunt was going to expire next turn, so good of Takashi to kind of take it out and just ensure that speed control, which he seems to fear a bit, is not going to come back again, and kind of force Sugi's last Pokemon out as well.
Yes. And yes, usually fake PG teams typically only has Trick Room has the main form of speed control apart from the Scarf Katana. Probably prioritizing taking out the Mandibuzz was his game plan.
Yeah, and Takashi's actually bringing in his Katana now, probably holding a Choice Scarf, which is a good position for it since it will be able to outspeed and do significant damage to Sugi's Tapu Koko.
The thing is, what move will he lock to?
You have to think Leaf Blade would be the best option here since it has that chance of a critical hit, which
Yeah.
would cleanly take out Tapu Koko here.
And also, typically, if he even lands on Arcanine, he can usually on a critical hit, he can 2-hit KO most
Yeah.
frail Arcanines.
Takashi's probably at this point right now where he has to decide whether he wants to keep Katana in or sacrifice it or switch it out and keep it for the late game because it's not really in a very favorable position. At best, it's going to be able to get off an attack onto Tapu Koko and fall to the Arcanine.
Yeah.
Or yeah, he could switch it out. Really depends. I personally think it's reasonable enough to decide to sacrifice Katana at this point.
True.
But I think they're gonna see him switch out. Yeah, not wanting to let the Intimidate hinder it and bring in Porygon too.
Yes, just like what you mentioned, the potential taking in the potential Flare Blitz. But I'm curious that whether the Tapu Koko inside the electric terrain will be able to take out that Fini.
Yeah, I'm just more curious as to why Tapu Fini is still there when kind of think that what you want to do really is get it out so you can reset the terrain. So Takashi will want to reset the terrain to his advantage here.
My guess is that he's confident of the damage calculations that he will be able to take a Thunderbolt and then he will be able to Muddy Water to take out the Arcanine and then let Scarf Katana clean up.
That's true, because he still needs to be. He can't just let Katana come in. Just be too reckless bringing in Katana right now, because Arcanine still is a thing and Coco's attacks are going to do a lot of damage to it, especially with electric terrain still up.
Yeah, so probably that could explain one of the reasons why he chose to keeping his Tapu Fini. But as I mentioned, we didn't see the damage output. Yeah, now we'll see. Now I'm curious whether he was able to take.
I think it's going to go down. Oh, it hangs on with like
on.
barely any HP. Moonblast going to come off. I think that's going to take out Tapu Koko. Should be enough.
Should be enough? Yes.
Yep, and just Arcanine against Porygon 2, Tapu Fini and Katana. With the amount of HP Arcanine has left, probably not a very fantastic position. And
Yeah.
Raw gonna come off and take out Porygon 2, bring in Katana safely, and that's gonna let Katana get off a Sacred Sword quite easily, I guess.
But I think Takashi is actually looking to probably close out the game with Porygon 2. You know, like letting Arcanine die into his own recoil or something like that. But you know, just to try to chip off because Arcanine could any at most aim for one. Right now.
But still, Sugi kind of forcing Katana out puts her, I would say, in an even worse position than before. Perhaps not in the big picture of things, but right now she has to either choose to target Katana or Tapu Fini, and both of which aren't exactly favorable options since they're both going to be able to do a lot of damage in return.
And Takashi probably choosing to lock into Sacred Sword.
Sacred Sword there, fortunately for Takashi, not triggering the Pinch Berry.
Yes,
that could have changed things.
Yes, that could have changed things because Porygon 2 would not be able to take out the Arcanine, and then Katana would then go down to the potential Flare Blitz.
Yeah, so right now I think Takashi can just very confidently go for the Sacred Sword one more time. It should take out Arcanine.
Yes.
Although if it doesn't, that could potentially change things since Takashi's Porygon 2 just not really doing enough damage to Arcanine.
Yeah, looking at the damage output, probably it would be able to. At that range, I typically don't see Arcanine being able to survive that.
Yep, and we do see it go down, and Takashi Teguri gonna advance to the finals of our Singapore Open here, despite
very strong run.
Not really having any CP to earn somehow.
But well, very strong showing by both players, back and forth. I would say it's kind of a mirror, but Takashi came out of the mirror.
Definitely one of the more enjoyable matches to watch so far this tournament here. Very strong showing of two standard-looking teams with hidden techs here and there, which kind of imbalance the matchup a lot more. And
yes.
Just a classic example of high-level play, I'd say.
Yes, I would think so.
Good players, you know, taking good tried and tested teams, kind of tweaking small little bits on them to give them that little advantage in mirror matchups, which just are exactly what you expect to see from players of this caliber at this late in the metagame, this close to the World Championships.
Yeah, in fact, I mean, I felt that the Japanese, because of their BO1-centric metagame, you know, packing techs like, what do you call that, the Hidden Power Fire on the Porygon 2 could be actually very, you know, game-changing in terms of the more Western meta-centric, where BO3 is very focused.
That's true.
Very BO3 focused.
Yeah, I didn't really expect Takashi to play that best of 3 set so well, but I think we saw him adapting very well. Kind of think the Japanese aren't really used to it, but Takashi showing here that they know what they're doing as well. They shouldn't be taken lightly in best of 3.
Sure. I'm sure that they will definitely have a strong showing going into Anaheim.
Yeah.
Strong force. Yeah.
Okay, I think we're going to be able to have Sugi back on the mic a little bit more. Probably talk to her about that Flamethrower Garchomp a bit, and we'll bring you we'll be back with an interview shortly, and following that, the next top 4 match between, I believe, Benjamin and Reuven. Okay, hi everyone, we're back again, and next to me now is Suji, who just managed, unfortunately lost that top 4 match, but still managed to make it to the top 4 in today's Singapore Open. First of all, congratulations once again. I think this is probably your best tournament performance so far since you entered the official VGC circuit.
Yes, it's my best big tournament performance.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure you're quite happy now to have made it to the World Championships, although that jubilation probably expired yesterday at some point. So how do you feel about those games just earlier? I thought they were pretty exciting, pretty professional games that are certainly worthy of this top standing right here.
Yeah, I felt it was a really fun game because like both of us were like revealing unexpected strategies, so it was fun to see like the back and forth. But I think in the end he played better than me.
Yeah, we kind of thought, you know, we'd hit the limit for how much surprise we'd see in this game with the hidden power fire from Porygon 2. But then again, you blew us away with the flamethrower on your Garchomp. Definitely there to fight, just to fight Katana, right?
Yeah, once again Martin Tan's idea because I figured, well, Dragon Claw wasn't really doing anything on Garchomp, and Fire Fang does not KO Katana, so I might as well put Flamethrower. Although most Katanas tend to be a bit more bulky these days, so I was not expecting it to KO.
Yeah, that's true. I've actually wanted to ask you about that since I have considered running Flamethrower on Garchomp before and found that it kind of needed a bit more investment to actually do enough to take out the bulkier katanas like those with Assault Vest or even some of the bulkier Choice Scarf variants. So, did you find yourself having to push for a bit of special attack on that Garchomp?
No, it needs all the investment it gets an attack for.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking
KOing
as well.
like Tapu Koko for Earthquake.
So
But
you
yeah, it
so
does more damage anyway than like other attacks to Katana.
So I guess Takashi's Katana, just a bit of a lucky roll there, you'd say?
Uh,
So I'm quite surprised that they didn't manage to pick up the KO. I thought
Yeah,
it's a roll actually.
yeah, it's possible, yeah.
I see, but regardless, the flamethrower coming off is definitely
Yeah, I think the
something-
audience enjoyed it.
yeah, something he wasn't expecting either. So not trying to discredit you there or anything.
Yeah,
I'm just curious
yeah.
about the rolls because my memory kind of tells me it's a bit of a risky choice. But still, definitely paid off for you there. Worked out very well, and you weren't expecting him hit the hidden power fire at all in game 1
No.
2, right?
Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah. Just curious what your thought process was for game 3 as well, since we kind of saw a repeat of game 1 there, which was really unfortunate for you.
I thought that since in game 2 I brought Garchomp, I thought he wouldn't dare to target the finish slot, but I guess he just went for it anyway.
Yeah, I didn't really get your Melvin moment yesterday with the Gigabot Havoc going into the Garchomp, unfortunately. Eh?
Yeah, that would have been nice.
Yeah, regardless, I still think you played this pretty well, and good job making it this far.
Thank you.
I think you've wanted this for quite a while now.
Yep.
Yeah, and all the best with the World Championships, I guess, since that's your next stop,
Yep.
I believe?
Yep.
Or are you going to
Oh yeah,
Hong
I'm
Kong?
going to Hong Kong, but it'll be just for fun now.
I see,
Yeah.
yeah, no real reason
Yeah.
to shine too brightly there anymore.
Yep.
Day 2 invite still in reach though, I guess, if you win the regional
Yeah,
championship.
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay, once again, congratulations and see you around soon.
Yeah, thank you.